settles, and they pull the gates back and they load and go away now from that 2,600 meters. Early leaders, Absolute Value, wants to pick it up in the early stages with Breeze Over showing pace. Out of Your League is third. The Mare Angel's Wish in fourth, then Afrod and Rule Book behind those. American Grayson is racing back on the rail. Further back over to you. Then came behind those Monsieur Chevelle, who's got about 9 or 10 lengths to make up. And Battleground is parked off at the back end of the field now. Battleground is 9 lengths off them now. They run round the first turn and go towards the back straight. And Absolute Value, once the lead, got it by just over a length from Breeze Over and Out of Your League. Angel's Wish in a fourth position now on her own. She races 6 lengths off the leader. Afrod is on the outside of American Grayson. Then came a Rule Book with Monsieur Chevelle, 8-9 lengths off the leader. Over to You has dropped to the second last position. And at the back is Battleground, is 10 lengths off the leader now as they race down the back straight with a mile to run. And Absolute Value led it in a lead of 1.5 to 2 lengths here from Out of Your League, who goes up into second. In third is Breeze Over, then Angel's Wish back in fourth position. American Grayson is here in fifth, about 6 lengths off the leader. Afrod, the yellow colours behind that, Monsieur Chevelle. Then came Over to You towards the outside of runners. Battleground is still the trailer and racing about 8 or 9 lengths off them now as they reach the 1,200 metre marker. And Absolute Value continues on his way here. He led it by 2 lengths now. From into second is along the inside Breeze Over, on the outside Out of Your League. They race in a share of second. Back in fourth is Angel's Wish, got 6 lengths to make up. American Grayson and Afrod, then Monsieur Chevelle. Rule Book has got 8 or 9 lengths to find with Over to You a length behind that, and Battleground is still content to race at the back end of the field. May have just snuck up into second last position now as they reach the top of the elbow. There's 8-9 lengths covering them with 700 metres left to go. And out in front is Absolute Value. Led it into the turn there from a length and a quarter there from Out of Your League in second. Breeze Over, Angel's Wish down the inside. Afrod, they're still right there, got 2.5 lengths to make up. American Grayson, Battleground starting to make up good ground right towards the inside. Monsieur Chevelle, Over to You's also running on. And then came Rule Book. They come down into the last 500 metres now. On the outside, Absolute Value. It's tight for Breeze Over, who's trying to get a gap through on the outside. Down the inside, Battleground, Angel's Wish, Monsieur Chevelle. Then came American Grayson on the outside. Breeze Over is tackling him. Absolute Value. Battleground has made up good ground down the inside and comes home hard. And here's Battleground. Gets to the front here with Breeze Over inside the closing stages. Battleground and Fury have got there though. Battleground top ride. Second Breeze Over. American Grayson third. And behind that Absolute Value and Angel's Wish. By Futura out of the Archmere Archer field. Right on the left-hand side. Well, 2 off the left now. Richard Fury galvanizes him into action, and he'll come to pick up Breeze Over that last 100 metres to win it well. Battleground is now a 3-time winner, and I'm sure Richard Fury won't be departing from this ride too soon. Breeze Over second. American Grayson doing his best work late. He's definitely a horse for the staying races, is American Grayson, and Absolute Value stayed on into that 4th position.
Yeah, welcome back to the winner's enclosure, and we've seen a very good performance from a horse that's clearly on the up, and that's Battleground. He's a 4-year-old son of Futura, top ride from Richard Fury. Always great to have Richard on the Highveld. Well done to the Drakenstein stud farm, being Gaynor Rupert, of course Kevin, the entire team in the Western Cape. They would have been watching closely, and to Nats and to Lucky, congratulations. Well done, Rich. Lovely ride. He sat patiently back into the field. He's got that big unwinding action, and he's done a good job today.
Yes, he did it in fine style. Jumped from the gates, and he looked to want to race a little bit, so I made him drop the bit completely, and sort of getting a little bit detached of them. But he was in a really good rhythm, and I didn't want to break it or ask him for something too early. So yeah, I'd say with the first half of the race, he was really asleep. Just before we started climbing, Neil made him into contact with the rest, and top of the straight. Before that little dog's leg. He was going very, very well, and I just started using my momentum to gain on him. And as soon as we came off that little false rail, I put him in the race, and to carry the weight. He got a penalty last time, and you could see it now. It really got to him at the end, but a quality sort of horse, got a lovely big action, and he did a great job. So well done to Mr. Larkus, to the team, thank you so much, and obviously to Mrs. Rupert for the support, and to my sponsors at Winning Form.
Rich, I know you're not a man that normally wants to pull the trigger too early. I know, young horse, things can happen. In terms of feel, I mean, is he one of those horses that punters can follow to a degree of confidence when he does get over the right sort of trip and right track?
Yeah, look, he's showing his form. Obviously, gets a bit trickier when he gets into the feature races. So, I'd say follow him, but, be cautious when it comes into the bigger ones, the staying types, because there's a couple good stayers around.
You know well.
Yes, I do know that well. So, just place him right and keep him in the weaker conditions, and you'll keep winning races. And I think in a year's time, then you can maybe get some black tape out of him.
Otherwise, life good, Rich? I know you're doing a bit of travelling at the moment, as are many of your colleagues, but life good at home?
Yeah, we're trying. Happy life. Get to see my kids every now and then, so that's great. And yeah, everything is as happy as it can possibly be.
Now, I know you don't get to ride work up here on the Highveld. That was Lulu's boy. Alistair tells me a big runner later on. Have you heard anything?
Yeah, I got here and they said to me it's a jock strike, so I don't know what that means. But there's a bit of confidence around.
Well done, Rich.
Thank you.
Good to see you. There we go. That's Richard Fourie. Always good to see him on the Highveld. Wonderful jockey, and he's given this one a beautiful ride. Well done, Auntie Nat. Good to see you as always. I know that you've been busy with Lexi, but now it's your turn to do some work, and you'll be happy with this performance.
Yeah, no, this was fantastic. I don't know if anybody knows, but BG's got a very big soft spot in all our hearts. We call him BG, obviously for Battleground, but he's just a big, gentle giant. And just to watch him run like he's running for Richard is just fantastic. Richard seems to just get a beautiful tune out of him, lets him switch off and relax at the back, and we suddenly see a horse that can turn on gears, which is amazing. And he just does it with such ease. So it's just super congrats to Gaynor and to Kevin and to the whole of Drakenstein team. Thanks again for all their support. And it's just great to have another winner for them. And like you say, I'm been busy with Lexi. I actually came straight from the Thoroughbred Series show, which is at Penbrit, which was amazing because I've sat and watched all our ex-race horses from around the country performing in Joburg now today, from the 60 centimetres all the way up to the 130s. Incredible. So just all your owners out there know that there is wonderful homes out there for your race horses when they finish racing, and it was great to see.
Where's the boss?
Well, he decided because I was already 3/4 of the way here, I could come do the honours, and I'm so glad because I love BG, so I couldn't be happier to be here.
Auntie Nat, like he did say, horse that's going to take a bit of time for that penny to drop. He's going to get better and better.
Who, this boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still a big baby. If you look at him, he's so immature. I mean, he's still probably half the size we'd want him. I mean, he's just a big plank and all legs. We keep saying to Kevin, no, he's going to put on some weight, and he never does. So one day, hopefully, he'll bulk up to the big boy we've always visualized that he will be. And then who knows what we'll have on our hands.
Well, good to see you. Thank you for coming to Turffontein, and please extend our warmth and our love to the boss.
I will do. Thank you very much.
Nat. There we go. Lovely stuff. Always good to see Natalie Houdelakis out at the course doing duty, and of course Lucky back at home will be watching, I'm sure, on 4racing.tv. Well done to you, sir. Not for the first time I've spoken to you. You're going to be getting 1,500 Rand. Your horse looked incredible today.
Yes, my horse was very, very good today, and I'm so impressed and I'm happy. I want to say thank you to my boss and thank you to the owners for giving us a beautiful horse like this, and happy birthday to Batin back home, and thank you to my team. Thank you so much.
Super stuff. Very well said. 1,500 Rand from World Sports Betting. And, of course, the horse did look outstanding this afternoon. So well done to the entire Houdelakis family. Well done to Drakenstein Stud Farm. Of course, to Gaynor Rupert out in the Western Cape. Congratulations. I think we're going to see a lot of him. A top ride from Richard Fourie, as always.